And that was sports update. We now move to the big one Saturday special. The recent adoption of the Tai Solarin University of Education, Tasued, by the federal government marks a significant milestone for Nigerians' educational landscape. This historic recognition is poised to bring about numerous changes, particularly in the university nomenclature and overall structure. The university community is abuzz with excitement, contemplating whether the institution's name will remain unchanged or if adjustments are on the horizon. Students, faculty, and alumni alike are hopeful for the positive transformations this adoption would erect. Bumi Adegun recently visited the Citadel of Learning, a pioneer in shaping Nigerians' educators for nearly 2 decades, to capture the sentiment surrounding the new development. Here is his report.
Ogun State undoubtedly holds the impressive record for having the highest number of higher institutions in Nigeria. With numerous universities and polytechnics, it stands as a hub for tertiary education, contributing to a remarkable literacy rate of 81.76%. Among these universities is one named after a renowned educationist, author, and human rights advocate, who established the famous Mayflower School in Ikenne, Ogun State in 1956. Established just 20 years ago, this institution has grown tremendously, training proficient teachers skilled in their disciplines, while also equipping them with vocational and entrepreneurial capabilities essential for holistic development.
The university is vastly stronger in terms of infrastructure, thanks to the TEFRONT, and then some other philanthropies that are giving aids to the university. From inception, we offer 2 certificates to our students. That is one in the prison area. That is, if you want to study physics, you get your certificate in physics, and then you choose another vocational area, maybe fish farming, shoemaking, and so on and so forth. So you get certificates also in that vocational study. We so much give priority to that, to the extent that, yes, if you are a student, even if you are first class material, if you don't have that vocational course, you will not graduate.
This school has changed names several times. First, Ogun State College of Education, then Tai Solarin College of Education, and in 2005, it became Tai Solarin University of Education. With this latest development, another name change might be forthcoming.
We were Ogun State College of Education, OSCE. When it became TASCE, it was the government that pronounced TASCE, Tai Solarin College of Education. When it became Tasued, it was the government that also pronounced it. So the name we are going to bear will also be pronounced by the government. Whether it is Tai Solarin Federal University of Education or the same Tai Solarin University of Education. I think what's important is the fact that the university has been adopted by the federal government. Whether Tai Solarin University of Education or Tai Solarin Federal University of Education, the concept of the adoption still remain. And the good thing about it is that the people of Ogun State have been so honored.
This visit took our crew to the Citadel of Learning, where the Dean of Student Affairs discussed the latest developments impacting students directly.
It is no longer news that this university, the first in Nigeria, the second in Africa, and number 8 in the world, Tai Solarin University of Education, has been adopted. The news here is how the university community and environments are taking this news.
What can we do? We got it, and the information, we are happy to hear about the developments, and all the students they are busy jubilating too for the adoption.
And we appreciate the President, the Minister of Education, Ogun State Governor Prince Abiodun, because without him releasing the university, I don't think this could be possible.
No message would be complete without hearing from student representatives who serve as a vital link between management and the student body.
Achievement, another achievement, another achievement, another achievement, double achievement. We are happy that this institution is being adopted by the federal government, and we are also happy by their vision, and we also give thanks to Ogun State government, because without him this cannot be possible. And we also appreciate Prince Abiodun, the executive governor of Ogun State, for his commitment and vision towards elevating the Tai Solarin University of Education, sir.
I want to extend my deepest gratitude to the President and also the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Abiodun, and also the Commissioner of Education in person of Professor Arigbabu, who was once our Vice Chancellor of this great citadel of learning.
From the Vice Chancellor and the Registrar, this is a welcome development that promises joy for the school. They expressed gratitude to the state government for facilitating this progress.
All over the world, funding is a problem of the student. And I believe that by the time the federal government takes over the university, there will be increased funding and then increase infrastructure. And also, because we are two institutions in the state, we use the alternate textual intervention. That is, if I say that intervention this year, our own planning will be next year. So we don't get textual intervention every year. But now that we now belong to federal government, we'll be taking that. Yes, we'll be taking that every year. And you know what that means? That means that there will be improved the infrastructural aspect of the university. And under that section, it's not only infrastructure. They give us intervention for entrepreneurship, intervention for ICT, intervention for maintenance, etc., etc.
We are the education industry of Nigeria. We have foremost Nigerian educationists here, and the federal government has taken a bold step to recognize our father, the Ariel of Ijebu land, by making sure that this particular historic adoption and takeover happened in his lifetime. That's something good for Baba, because if not for Baba, this university would not have remained, at the present moment that we are now witnessing the historic adoption.
Ijagun in Ijebu is the host community that will directly benefit as the adoption of new initiatives will positively impact the local economy.
From college to university, state university, from state university to federal university.
Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, and a former Vice Chancellor of the institution, proudly endorsed this new development.
Tasued will remain a university of education, that is a university with the focus on the education as a program, and continue to charge the costs for other universities of education that will be coming on board. So because of his number one position, he cannot afford to leave that position. So the takeover is just going to help to further improve infrastructure, improve relevance, improve visibility of the institution. So don't forget, it has made this name not only in Nigeria, even all over the world.
Governor Abiodun, who facilitated this process, expressed appreciation to the President of Nigeria for the honor bestowed upon the state.
I want to thank Mr. President for accepting to adopt this university. And I beat my chest to say that what they have adopted is probably one of the best universities in this country. Because when we assumed office, we ensured that we gave that university support so that it continued to occupy its pride of place amongst the community universities. So on that note, I think now you know how this happened. It wasn't by happenstance. It was by being intentional. It was by being deliberate. It was by being desirous. The Bible says that if you don't ask, you don't get. We asked, and Mr. President, in his magnanimity, saw with us, accepted, and granted us the approval that this institution becomes a federal institution. I want to assure Mr. President that, and the entire Ministry of Education, that they will be pleasantly surprised with the quality and standard of this first-class university of education that we have continued to nurture and sustain since we assumed office in 2019.
The institution's mission remains unchanged: to enhance the quality of teaching and learning, continually update the skills of knowledge providers, and equip them with modern technology to meet contemporary and future needs, ensuring global competitiveness for Nigeria.